What's up, guys? It's Cliff from Trail Grid Pro. Really pumped to be back with you here today. We've got a 2019 Toyota Tacoma in the shop today for a head unit upgrade, and we're going to be putting in the Sony 9500ES. Our plug-and-play kit, which we're going to display today, is going to be pre-wired, soldered. Everything's going to be put together for you before it's shipped, so when it arrives at your door, it's ready to install. The Sony 9500ES is packed with all sorts of goodies, especially wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. This is our first Tacoma bundle that is Maestro compatible, which means you're going to easily maintain all your steering wheel controls. You're going to maintain all your vehicle information on your head unit, and it's also going to add accessibility to cool gauge features so you can see miles per hour, quarter mile, 0 to 60, RPMs, all sorts of cool stuff on your head unit. So let's get started with disassembly so you can see this thing in action. Okay, so first step of disassembly is we need to remove this outer trim piece here, and the easiest way to do that I found is just grab this side and pull. All right, as you see there, it's come detached and it's just held on by tabs. And now let's come to the other side and the trim piece comes all the way off. So we're gonna set this aside. All right, next thing is we have to remove these 4 10mm bolts. There's 2 on each side. You can use a handheld 10mm socket wrench or a powered tool. And we're gonna use a power here. Just take it gentle and make sure you grab onto those as they start to come out so they don't get lost in oblivion. And what we like to do is we like to put those in the cup holder. That way you won't lose them. All right, so now that we have the 4 10mm bolts out, my recommendation is just put a microfiber towel down on your shift knob, because all we're gonna do is just pull the entire head unit out and we can place it on the microfiber. All right, so now that we have the head unit out, we're just gonna remove all of the plugs from the back of the factory head unit, literally all of them. So look, we're just getting started on that. All right, we have the factory head unit all the way out. So we're gonna put this aside and get ready for the install of our Sony 9500ES. Okay, so the first thing that you wanna consider when you're about to install your new bundle is how you're gonna handle your Sony microphone. So it's gonna be in a bag here, which we can take out. And the way we prefer to get the microphone from behind the head unit so that it can be routed to where it is, actually use a wire fish. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this wire fish initially and just feed it down here to the floorboard. You're gonna find an opening there. You might hit a few things on the way down. All right, so I've made it through to the floorboard here. I can see my wire fish on the other end. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna untie this. You're gonna take the jack end and just connect it to your wire fish. Nice and secure. So now we're just gonna gently pull that through. All right, so I've got the mic jack right here. Okay, so we fished the wire through and we got the mic jack right here. What we've also done is we've placed the microphone right here next to the gauge cluster. It's got a clip. It's right in front of us, so it has good audio from here, so it's going to hear anything that you say despite road noise or anything like that. In your kit, we're also going to send a mount that allows you to keep the mic in your factory mic location in your headliner console if you so desire to route it up there, and we have full instructions that tell you exactly how to do that. All right, guys, so now we're going to get started with the installation. We've routed the mic, we're ready to go. This is the body of the bundle. The bundle is going to arrive with the body in one piece and then the screen on another. The screen for this bundle is a super nice 10.1 inch HD capacitive touchscreen, and we want to install these in 2 pieces to protect the screen. So we're going to get ourselves into position here to match plugs, and essentially that's all we're going to be doing. So let's bring our vehicle connectors out. Got one connection there. Let's orient this. We've got our second connection there. Here is our third connection. All right, we look good there. And we have the mate right there, which is great. So we've got that all taken care of. Next, we've got the antenna, which is right here. All right, so we've got the antenna there. And this is our factory USB retention cable. Now, this does have wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, but by making this connection, what we do is we ensure that our factory USB can still give our phone a charge, which is great. So if we need to charge our phone, we can. And we want to find our GPS cable for right here. And all right, so important to note is we have two connectors here, which look exactly the same other than color. This black plug is actually your Sirius XM retention cable. So if you opt to maintain Sirius XM, this is what you're going to plug into our Sirius XM adapter cable. This bundle did not maintain Sirius XM. But this plug right here is actually your GPS connection, and we are going to plug that in to this connection right here, which is coming out of the GPS port out of the back of the radio. And we have to make our mic connection, which goes into the red port. All right, so we have all of our connections made. So now what we're going to do is move all of our harnesses to the back and secure the body of our bundle. Just watch your wires coming in. Make sure you don't pinch anything. Just push everything back in a nice, orderly fashion. All right. So we're looking pretty good. All right, we seem to be lined up there. All right, so we've got everything back in place, and I've put 2 of the 10mm bolts just in because we're going to run through a test now. Before you button everything up and put it back into place, we want to make sure it powers up and frankly does everything it's supposed to do. All right, so I've grabbed the screen of the Sony 9500 and I'm just going to put it into position here. You want to make sure you push it all the way in. It has to be fully connected. You don't have to push hard, but just make sure it's all the way in to ensure that it powers up. Of course, we have the protective film still on the head unit screen, so don't be alarmed by that. So let's go ahead and put it in accessory power. Go ahead and hit the power button. There you go. Mobile ES. All right, so I think now's a decent time to take this protective layer off. There we go. She's looking nice and sweet. So let's just set these real quick while we're here. So we'll go into date. Today is September 2nd, 2022, and it is 1:37 p.m. All right, so we're good there. The other thing that you're going to want to do, even though we haven't fully gotten everything up and running, but it's just a good time to do it, is go into settings, and we want to turn demo mode off. All right, so that's right there. That'll turn demo mode off. Let's go ahead and we're going to fully power up the vehicle to make sure everything's working here. All right, let's go back to home. Let's bring our phone out for pairing. So to pairing, we're going to go to devices and we're going to add a new device. And on my phone, we're going to go to Bluetooth and we're going to wait for the new 95ES to show up. There we go. So let's pair with that. 840691, 840691. So we're going to pair. We're going to allow our contacts and everything to sync. Use CarPlay. Apple CarPlay. Boom. There we go. We have Apple CarPlay up. Let's just turn the volume up here. And we got volume increasing. We've got volume decreasing. Let's check our backup camera. Boom, we got a backup camera right there. We're in our studio, so don't be alarmed by the office chair right behind us. The backup camera is clearly working. All right, so everything appears to be working as it should, so let's keep going. All right, so we're gonna take our screen off and let's put this in a secure location. Usually the back seat is a pretty decent place to put it. Now we're gonna put in our last 2 10mm bolts and secure those down. and just make sure that these are tight. They don't have to be super tight, but you want to make sure they're tight. All right, now that we have everything secured, so we're going to take our dash and we're just going to put this back into position, and it's just going to snap right into place. All right, there we go. You can tell that looks super clean right there. So that's awesome. Next, we're going to grab our screen and we're going to put it back into position right there. All right, so let's get started securing the screen to the body of the bundle. There are 5 screws that are going to be in your blue bag. 4 of them are the same. Those go on 2 on one side and 2 on the other side. And then there's 1 screw that's not like the others, and that goes in the middle. So let's get started with that. So there's 1 screw here. There's 1 here. The middle one is here. And then there's 1 here. And then there's another one down over here. All right, so we're fully assembled. Let's go ahead and put this in accessory power. Power this baby on. There it is, Mobile ES. Looking slick. And if you remember, we already connected my phone to this. So there we go. Launches right into CarPlay instantly. And this screen, this HD 10.1 inch screen is beautiful. I mean, look at it. It's just phenomenal. CarPlay looks awesome. Let's go ahead into here. Something that we love to do anytime we set up a new system is we change the background, wallpaper to all black. And we just find that that looks pretty awesome just like that. I mean, look at this screen in this Taco. I mean, it looks great. It fits perfectly. It's big, and I'm in love with it. I'm not gonna lie. I totally love this. This is my first time, guys, of seeing this 9500 ES in a Tacoma, and it's beautiful. I'm super excited about this. All right, so let's go to the home screen of the Sony 9500 ES just to run through a few things. So you have access to your rear camera at any time, which you can see there. You can also set up 2 other cameras. So you can directly connect a front camera, a camera on the side. You got all sorts of choices here that you can do. We also have access to our gauges. So we've got our vehicle on now. It might take a second for the gauges to connect. There we go. So I've already connected for CarPlay again. We can see our gauges here. Looks beautiful. Man, that is awesome. We got RPMs, our intake, fuel level. Fuel level, it's not 0. It's still taking time. We just installed this. It's still gathering information right now as it's syncing with the vehicle. We have 0 to 60, quarter mile, again, intake, miles per hour. All of this is going to change as you're moving. Of course, we're stopped, but that's super cool information there. Vehicle info. We got 2 doors open. Our engine's okay. Our battery voltage is all there. It is super slick. And CarPlay, of course, you have access to Apple Maps. We have Google Maps. We have Waze. We got your messages, your entire music library, whether you're Apple Music or Spotify or whatever music app that you use that is Apple CarPlay or Android Auto compatible. It'll all show up here. It is totally awesome. This looks phenomenal in this Tacoma. I am super excited about this. We can't wait to bring this to you guys. This plug and play bundle, the 9500 ES, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The sound quality is amazing. So let's go real quick to a really important feature in this. We can drill into the sound. We have, right here, we have a 14 band EQ that you can really drill into your desired sound that you like in your Tacoma. It's like a concert in your vehicle. It is phenomenal. Look at this. So many features from an audio perspective, from a technology perspective, 3 camera inputs, vehicle info, gauges, the whole 9 yards here in your Tacoma from a plug and play perspective. No wiring, soldering, anything that you have to do. It's going to arrive at your door, ready to drop in your Tacoma. We're talking an hour tops for you to go from the factory head unit to this super fantastic 9500 ES with all the bells and whistles that you can enjoy every drive that you take in your Tacoma. All right, guys, well, that wraps up this install of the Sony 9500ES and this 2019 Tacoma. This bundle is ready for you to purchase for your 2016 to 2022 Toyota Tacoma. It'll be in the TrailGrid Pro shop, www.trailgridpro.com. And as always, guys, have a blast out there.